Hello guys, today we'll talk about one of the major topic that is US visa. अभी रिसेंटली आपने सुना होगा कि यूएस वीज़ा के लिए काफ़ी सारे रूल्स चेंज हुए हैं। यूएस ने अपना जो वीज़ा एक्सेस था उसके रूल्स काफ़ी टाइट किए हैं। ठीक है, किस चीज़ के लिए? ताकि ना वो एंट्री ऑफ द इमिग्रेंट्स टू द यूएसए, ठीक है, उसको एक्सपेंसिव कर सकें और लिटिल बिट कॉम्प्लेक्स बना सकें ताकि हर कोई उसको एक्सप्लॉयट ना कर सके। राइट, सो पहला चेंज क्या है? पहला चेंज है कि वीज़ा बॉन्ड पायलट प्रोग्राम्स। ठीक है, ये जो वीज़ा बॉन्ड पायलट प्रोग्राम्स है सर्टेन कंट्रीज़ के लिए अप्लाई होते हैं। ठीक है, हर एक कंट्रीज़ के लिए अप्लाई नहीं होते हैं। ठीक है, तो एज आई मैंशनड इन द प्रेजेंटेशन दैट अभी करंटली ये दो ही कंट्रीज़ हैं जिसके सिटीजन के लिए अप्लाई हो रहे हैं। ठीक है, एक तो है मालवी एंड जाम्बिया। ठीक है, और ये जो फंड्स हैं, जैसे लेट सपोज कि बेसिक डिपॉजिट रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर सर्टेन B1 B2 विजिटर वीज़ा एप्लीकेंट्स। ओके, सो अगर मैं बात करूं तो इनके लिए ना $5,000 के बॉन्ड रिक्वायरमेंट रहती है। ठीक है, एंड मिड ईयर डिपॉजिट बेसमेंट ऑन इंडिविजुअल केस बेस पे के ऊपर they create a profile on a person, and depending on the risk ये जो बॉन्ड रिक्वायरमेंट है, ठीक है, वो $10,000 $10,000 तक की हो सकती है। ठीक है, और हाई लेवल ऑफ रिस्क एप्लीकेंट्स जो होते हैं, ठीक है, उनके लिए जो बॉन्ड रिक्वायरमेंट है दैट इज $15,000। ओके, सो ये रिसेंटली अभी चेंज हुआ है। ठीक है, सो नाउ विल टॉक अबाउट न्यू वीज़ा इंटीग्रिटी फीस। ठीक है, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम अक्टूबर 2025, ठीक है, नॉन इमिग्रेंट वीज़ा एप्लीकेशंस, right, they will require $250 integrity fees to fund compliance monitoring. ठीक है, so this fees is refundable if a person is complying and strictly following the US immigration rules, and amount will be adjusted for inflation over time. Okay, and thirdly, this is the main part, like where initially they were issuing some interview waivers, right? So that is eliminated now. So interview waivers eliminated now. Previous system was that they waive off renew visas without in-person interviews. So new requirement is, as of September 2, nearly all applicants must have to attend interview. Okay, and limited exceptions. So in this case, only a rare circumstances, only barely, they will it depends on the immigration of US, that if they are allowing, depend on them, depend on the circumstances. If that extreme circumstance, that depend on that. Otherwise they can directly refuse, that everybody has to go for a interview. Okay, this is the ESTA fees increase. Okay, this we talk about the visa free entries. Okay, including most European countries, European visitings to the United States, it applies to them because it's a electronically authorization of the travel. Okay, so previously this fees was $21. Okay, and now they have increased it to $40. Okay, from starting from September 30th, it will be $40 per person per applicant. Okay, so that's a nearly double, 90% increase. That huge one. Okay, so now we'll talk about the country of residence rule. This is the main and this is the most tricky part, and mainly they are highlighting India into this. So because previously what applicants were doing, that they were not getting appointments for their interview in their country. Okay, so they were visiting another country to get early appointment details, early interview appointments. So okay, so now they have come up with this rule: no third country applicant. Okay, foreign nationals cannot no longer apply for US visa in third country, with limited exceptions. Except, what are those exceptions? Exceptions are those ki agar, let's suppose I'm living in Canada right now. Okay, and if I want to go for I'm on a specific permit over here. Okay, if I want to go for the US interview, and if I want to apply for if I want to book an appointment, I can book for it because I'm residing in this country right now. Okay, if I'm not residing in this country, if somebody is specifically traveling for the appointment purpose, they cannot do that. They have to prove it that they are the residents of the country, currently living in this country, so they can do that. Okay, and they have done one more thing. So designated embassies, okay, citizens from countries without US operations must use specific designated locations. So let's suppose if a country that doesn't have embassy of US in their country, okay, so they have to go and visit to the designated location for their interview. Okay, so let's take an example. I have done that part as well for you. So over here, let's suppose Afghanistan and Pakistan. So in Afghanistan, the US doesn't have embassy in Afghanistan, so they have to visit to the Pakistan. Afghanistan must apply at US embassy in Islamabad. Okay, so same to the Cuba. Cuba doesn't have US embassy, so they need to go to the Guyana, okay, Georgetown embassy. Okay, Venezuela, they have to go to Colombia and the Bogota. Okay, Iran must have to go to, all Iranians need to apply their visas, like book their appointments in Dubai. Okay, so now we'll be talking about the impacts of these changes. What will impact? So first and foremost, difference would be impact on processing time. Okay, so increased workloads. So as we talk about, like previously, from one country they are going to another country, the consulate workload was lower. So now they will be facing high demand in specific countries with high applicants volumes. Okay, so that's the main thing. And secondly, like let's suppose I can tell you about Canada. If we talk about Canada, if you want to book a US interview or visa interview appointment, okay, you need to wait at least for 2 years. So that will be extended. The processing periods will be extended. The times longer. You have to wait longer for those visas. Okay, and strategic timings. So why US has done this? Okay, because we know that this 2026 World Cup is going to be held in USA. Okay, and 2028 Olympics will be held in Los Angeles. Okay, so they will have to go through more process, more scrutinies, so that they can satisfy the US immigration requirements, and then can process it accordingly. So now the new reality is more preparation. You need to, if you want to go for a US visa interview, you need to prepare yourself more. Okay, and there will be higher costs related to that, like visa bonds, integrity fees increased, ESTA fees increased, and you need to have a little bit of patience in you. So you will have to wait a longer times, mandatory interview for all applicants. So that is must for that. It totally depends on the immigration officer, the interviewing officer, so that how he is like evaluating your profile. So it totally depends on that. So that is the situation. So recently, like 2-3 days back only, they have introduced these changes. And yeah, so if you want some more updates about it, you can definitely comment on the box, comment, and we'll get back to you on it. And if you want some more videos on this topic, we'll definitely do our research and we'll get back to you. And thank you for your time. And yeah, one more thing, do like, share and subscribe if you like our videos. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.